Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's official Golden Knights Overwatch Tespa match. We are joined by Overwatch Team A and DePaul University's Overwatch team. For our first game, we'll find ourselves here at the classic King of the Hill map, Busan. Today, you're joined by myself, Tespa, and my brother-in-arms, Josh Heller. How you doing today, Josh?
Team up on my arm, I guess. Doing pretty well. I'm interested to see how this matchup shakes out. We see already getting started on the first point of the objective. You see the team constructions at the top of your screen. DePaul University at the top right. Any comments about the start?
Very interesting to see a mirror match right out the gate. Double shield, the bread and butter of this comp. We see a Reaper and Doomfist on both sides. Already seeing two picks from St. Rose, getting both the DPS and the shields down from the ball side. Only the supports left. Lucio not able to contest the point as the St. Rose Golden Knights will take control.
Able to establish dominance early. He's already at 85% on the meteor strike.
On me.
You see Mr. Pitpits over there already has some lessons. We'll see how long it takes for that to come out. Nice start for the Golden Knights.
Magnificent work. One thing we've really seen with the Golden Knights this season, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the mechanics are there, but the teamwork is coming out in full force. They've learned from their losses, and they're really getting better at the comms, getting better at the resource management, and we're already seeing our first ult pop by Pick with Moira's Coalescence. I'm going to answer with a Meteor Strike just to create some space.
Down he goes. A lot of damage done there. Shabrisa still up. Staying up. A lot of damage done. Mr. Pitpits hang on there. The team's going to have to regroup here. They're going to lose control of the point. Goes to DePaul, but 45% toward the first objective.
Magnificent team fight by both teams. I couldn't have said it better myself. The supports on DePaul's side were just on fleek for that team fight, keeping the Orisa up despite the Doomfist ultimate, despite the pressure from the resources. However, we're going to see an approach from the left side by the Golden Knights, so let's see how this pays off for them.
Sound very the other team synchronizes two others. Stuck with penetration, gets some damage in. Jafar and Fritz get two picks there. Jafar has Death Blossom. A torn point though.
One good flux deserves another. Very smart play by Loco in the earlier team fight, popping his ult just to keep the rest of his team alive. However, this fight is far from over as we see both Coalescences out in full force.
One bottom down from the Golden Knights, same as he is for DePaul. Gonna hold on to it for now. Too far going around, looking for some cleanup. It's movement contested currently by one player for DePaul. They fall. This now on the way. Prime coming back with that velocity. Trying to get back to point. Not going to get to time. Point goes back to the Knights.
Move already coming up on another rocket punch. We'll see what he does with it here. Get himself into position just to try to create some discord from the DePaul's Overwatch team. However, Dismal coming up with a Meteor Strike of his own. We'll see how they're able to kind of mind game each other to see who's able to take what may very well be the final team.
Prime, unnoticed, going in. Could see that here. Drops it right on point.
Okay, can he make it 3? A 3K?
That's a great way to avoid damaging the hit on the screen. Just everyone point back here. Golden Knights, they fall, and the point goes back to DePaul, but 82% for the Golden Knights.
Magnificent positioning by Prime, able to get those critical picks off of the Golden Knights. Dirk doing the best job that they could, contesting the point just to give the team more time to reposition, and we're already seeing them going back to point. However, with only Death Blossom online, the Golden Knights will have to counteract with their very own Reaper ult just to try to take back the point.
Same drop spot, which is going to get incentives as well for DePaul. Just dropping Meteor Strike, dropping down,
that fortified, narrowly saving Orisa's life, but it just won't be enough.
7% now. As they fall back. The rest of the Golden Knights for one last push here. 93% for DePaul. Two ultimate Golden Knights. Jafar falls before he can use Death Blossom. Dismal on the other end of that one. Pitpits has Coalescence just in that point. Coalescence is here as Dirk goes with theirs. Movements on Logo. That's one support down for DePaul. He was close to sound barrier. Icarus goes to the sound barrier, able to save this fight. Big As he's not able to hold on too far now. Nice. Overtime there by Arisa, able to stay up and get Steals down. Dismal as well. Loco able to get there. It's off that Loco.
Seeing an absolute battle of the Q on point, starting with the DPS support, and then just very brilliant plays by both sides. And we will see the Golden Knights reclaim the point. The gravitational flux now online from the Golden Knights. They did commit a lot of the resources there, but it was very well worth it.
Another important one just came online though. Struchy gets Bondo. We'll see how long until that one's used. 97%, 8%. And now we have overtime. Here, Bondo goes down. Struchy keep an eye on Fritz here. See if that flux comes out. Not enough for it. Going with Reaper. Step again. Stuck away though. Unable to get any kills. Same goes Dismal Falls. Prime as well. Fritz. Not able to get any wins on that. One on point now. Overtime coming to an end. And the Golden Knights will hold on. And take the first objective.
Magnificent work by both teams. Saint 18 opting for a Hammond for a last-minute contest, but the resource manager by the Golden Knights will shut that down before he's able to make it out of the gate. Very well played by both teams. We'll be right back.
Ready for battle.
Once the mission starts, no more messing around.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round two.
And welcome back. Here we see ourselves at the second King of the Hill map on Busan. Both teams decided to stay with the same double shield composition as we approach our very first team fight, less than 10 seconds out of the game.
Dismal hits 2 hits early. Last match not there though, as Dismal takes the counter after that. And get one of Zona's Vickers falls for the Golden Knights.
The DePaul supports are doing a magnificent job cleaning up. The DPS are doing their rightful job of being on the aggressive side of things. But when they're just slipped out of getting that final pick, whether it be on Golden Knight support, on the DPS, the Moira in specific does a great job on DePaul's and just cleaning up those picks. And we will see DePaul get control of the map first. We see our first contestant going, double shields out in full force. Scrunching off the fortifier just to mitigate the amount of damage coming in. See a bit of a flank by Boom.
Out from Fitness, Dismal going with the Meteor Strike, looking for a group up here. Not going to get it, just going to use it to get away. Loco and 5 hits in a row. Dirk takes out Loco. Dismal turns around and takes out nice hold by DePaul there.
At the cost of the Lucio, the DePaul team is able to reclaim their stake on the point. However, moving too far, coming in hot. However, Echo going for the offensive, bringing the shield right near the spawn just to create pressure right in that little chokehold.
Goes out though. Nice aim there.
Good timed ultimate by Vickers, giving that extra help to move just to give him some breathing room and proper position. Meteor Strike, both DPS now on the point, creating a lot of flanking havoc for the DePaul team. Shield on shield action right now as we see Prime coming back out of the gate, hoping to get back in time. However, Dirk coming up on Coalescence. Magnificent fadeaway to get away from that pressure.
Down they go.
Trying to dance around the shield for as long as he could, just to contest the point for as long as possible. However, it won't be enough as the St. Rose at 90% of DePaul's side are finally able to get control of the point. Now it's on their side of things to create as much pressure for DePaul so that they're not able to touch the point. However, he's out in full force. Jafar coming out with a Death Blossom. Gets answered with a Death Blossom of his own by DePaul's side. Very well timed ultimates by both teams.
He's down, able to reposition himself, not putting any damage. But Prime takes out Moop before he can get back to it. Dirk is going to wait for his team.
Prime bringing the punishment, answering Jafar's Death Blossom with a Blossom of his own, and then just able to position himself in the perfect position to punish Moop's Meteor Strike. However, Saros pulling out some time for one more contest. Jafar popping out his rage bomb early just to get to the point of the contest. Super meteor strikes coming out. Supercharger shut down. Battle of the supports right now.
On point, trying to
Battle of the Qs right now as we see all the ultimates coming out in full display. DPS more coming out with Coalescence just to try to clean up the rest of the point. Meteor strike to the face, very well timed fortifier. He's still staying up. Boop refusing to go down without a very well coordinated fight. I spoke too soon. Saint 18 shutting down Moop. Prime back on point with that classic offense. We see a final contest by Scrunchy. Narrowly able to avoid the fire, but it just won't be enough. However, won't be enough time for another team fight by the Golden Knights. Very well played by both teams. It's an even fight, 1-1 for both teams. Josh, you have a very good eye for following the madness that was that team fight. The amount of Qs I saw pressed, my God!
I blacked out.
I don't blame you, man. That's sensory overload right there. The sound barriers, the coalescence, the blossom after blossom. My God.
We're good now. I'm back. Let's get into round 3 here.
Oh, God, I need a water after that one. Stay hydrated, folks. Anyway, point 3 on Busan. Busan's point 3 point has a lot of similarities to King's Row point, where there is a bit of an enclosed space. However, there's prime positioning for both the team that's clearly controlling it and the team that's trying to make an offense. It can go down either the main line on the left or the right, or they can try to go for a full reach around and go from the far left. However, never mind my analysis as we first see Moop picking off Luca on the support side. Going after the Sigma to create some special, get him away from the rest of the team. However, Prime is able to answer with a flank. How did he build that up so quick? And he's using it so offensively, shutting down the support and the tanks on the Golden Knight side. However, this team fight is far from over. Dirk trying to contest as long as they could, as we will see DePaul take point first.
Time to accelerate.
That though, you do have Dirk with Coalescence able to hold on to it at the end, not have to use it, and also able to build on meteor strike right at the end. We'll see where Dismal goes.
With a very well-timed halt on Scrunchy's behalf, Moop's rocket punch coming for some brilliant returns. Dismal descending below, getting that pick off of Jafar. However, Moop decided to go for a full commit. A brilliant stun by DePaul Sigma. However, Moop is not out of this fight, and that stun will be answered with blood as Moop is able to get the pick off of Luca.
Prime heads off 2 with Death Blossom. Dismal takes out Jafar. Just trying to put some damage in before returning back to spawn. Scrunchy gonna wait for the rest of their team. 4 ultimates online for DePaul.
While doing a great job of just forcing out the resources from the Golden Knights. However, the Golden Knights still have plenty of time left to contest. They have to create an answer for Dismal. He's just getting so much just effort out of the high ground position that he gets. Like, look at that. A high punch from below, and they barely see it coming. Immediately into the meteor strike just to avoid any pressure. Getting the team enough time to pick off ultimates of their own. We're seeing a Coalescence and the meteor strike come out. Loco holding on to gravitational flux.
I need healing. Thanks.
50 attempts with the crouch in there.
And this
One thing we saw there, though, even with the meteor strike, and it did do damage, but we saw St. Rose wasn't really grouped up, so they weren't able to capitalize on Dismal's meteor strike. He was able to put on damage, yes, but unable to get any hits off of it. As
a brave little move that could, trying to force out the fortify from the Orisa, and topped off by the supports as we see what may be the final team fight of this map. All the supports on display. Jafar holding on to Death Blossom until the very last second. Moop getting a very solid pick. Death Blossom now coming out as we see a 9 team kill by the Golden Knights in overtime. Not letting the pressure gets them, getting control of the point. Very well played. With no ultimates yet online by both teams, it's going to be a battle of the resources here. An absolute war of attrition. You see Jafar once again going for higher ground. Bit of a duel with the Reapers.
Enemies in our orbit. Up the tempo.
Golden Knights retreating back to the point. Custer's last stand here. Shields out on display, getting a very nice pick on both DePaul's DPS! Fully capitalizing on their lack of damage now. The Golden Knights are pushing up, smothering the amount of breathing room that DePaul has, forcing them back to spawn, forcing out the resources.
Does that one constitute bullying there? Pitford's just trying to fall back and unable to escape the wrath of movement. My goodness.
You calling it bullying, I'm calling it ult charge. Very well coordination by the Golden Knights.
Behind the barrier.
Dirt does have coalescence.
However, Pickford's has coalescence as well, so we see if we're able to see another tango of the ultimates here at the point. Dismal going for high ground. However, because the Golden Knights have gotten control of the point, he's lost so many of those advantageous points that he had as they were trying to produce the contest. Now he really has to commit to his resources. We see Meteor Strike coming in, he's able to get any picks off. The Golden Knights are spread out, not able to find any prime purchase. However, spoke too soon.
With 2 pits there after the Meteor Strike, they put on some damage, but no elims right off the start. Going after Dismal.
Brother,
Ow.
why must we fight? A brilliant pick off of Dismal by Move.
Ow. St. Rose building up that percentage. It's been steadily climbing up to 88% now. Could come down to one last fight here. Only 3 ultimates total now.
What's really working for them right now is that they were able to find an answer to DePaul's DPS. They finally got tired of being punished by the high ground positioning. However, DePaul coming in with ultimates of their own, crits being shut down. Both the Golden Knight tanks are down. However, Coalescence coming out. Prime getting stunned.
Takes out
Won't be enough. Able to take out Move.
That's
Dirk
2
holding on for
DPS.
dear life.
2 DPS
Fate
is
coming
down.
out. Dirk shut down. Will it be enough of a stall for the Golden Knights for their final contest? Now seeing ourselves coming to overtime, 99% on both teams, and we will see Game 2 going to DePaul. Very well played by both teams. Josh, can you hold me? I am in awe over that. Pa going to Prime. Let's see it. I think that speaks for itself. Alrighty, we'll be right back.
Now entering King's Row. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
And welcome back. Did you miss us? I'm sure you did. As
I didn't.
fate would have it, we find ourselves here at King's Row. Josh, what are you excited to see most of this map?
Can I see a Bastion play? Pretty please. I don't think I'm going to, but I can dream. Just give me Bastion and Hammond, and I'll shut up for the rest of the stream.
I will cry tears of joy if I see Sombra. I know crowd control is a controversial topic, but with the double shield meta, Dismal. Building a nest off of that statue.
Excuse me, sir. Can we have a quick discussion?
The bravado on my man's here.
Alright, let's see how it works out. You see the team setups once again top of your screen, same sides for each team. St. Rose top right, DePaul top left. Let's get it started and let's see what your man's is up to.
Comes from below. So this one has fantastic target prioritization. One of the core testaments is being able to decide your targets. However, Luke was not happy to have that pick happen so early in the game, and he will answer for that. A lot of pressure coming out by DePaul's team as they force him back to retreat.
Golden Knights fall back to spawn there. DePaul pushing up past the bus, but going to fall back, just trying to scare off the Golden Knights a little bit. I think it worked for the most part. Now they're going to fall back to point, and we'll see where they go from there.
They have to be careful. Pushing past the little choke point there could lead to a very easy overextension that can snowball to a team wipe very quickly. Not to let that. However, we already see the Golden Knights working their way out of the
Coalescences.
Coalescences. Another duel of the supporters right now. Luke finding prime purchase, returning to depth his Lucio with the depth of their Lucio. Violence begets violence as we see another great offensive by the Golden Knights.
Oh, Dismal with Meteor Strike already. Dropping to, a nice shield there by Fritz, able to save most of the damage.
Forcing the retreat, Rigging with his teammates doing a great job playing behind the shield.
Echo with Riveted Floods. Sends up.
Deserves another very well-timed sound barrier by Vigorous. Will cost them their life, but will save the rest of the team.
Here comes Move.
I wonder what he'll do next.
Oh.
Could it be a seismic slam? Could it be a meteor strike? Or perhaps another rocket punch?
How about a lot of damage? As Prime goes for Death Blossom, able to pick off Victorous and Move. Dirt tosses out Coalescence though.
Barely unable to shut down that Death Blossom. However, on the offensive here.
DePaul able to hold off that point after the fight looked like it was going to be St. Rose's fairly handily. DePaul able to pull some ultimates together. You saw the Supercharger come out. Pits with another Coalescence. In the blink of an eye, that ultimate got built back up. And who's that I see hiding up there? Is that... It's Dismal again.
These Doomfists and their shenanigans, I tell you what. See another Coalescence coming out. Meteor Strike. That's 2 picks off the Golden Knights onto the DePaul side. Positioning again. Really working in Dismal's
Another Meteor Strike.
job pushing it back towards Swan. However, we could see potential overextension.
Falls back.
Just to get some pressure back.
And back to your corner. Hiding in the dark depths of the alleyway, we have Dismal just waiting at this point with the tactical crouches as well. That's a little unnecessary, but we'll see where it goes.
Hold on the cue, saving it for the next team fight. Popping Coalescence just to keep his team topped up. Getting a very solid pick on Dismal. Going for a back cap. And a very solid pick. Dismal now without their DPS and one of their supports. However, if Logan's able to make it back in time, we can see a very profitable sound barrier. However, only big picks in Dismal on the point to contest. Not going to happen, as the Golden Knights are able to cap 30 seconds on the clock.
Aww.
Luke doing a great job creating that very well-needed space just to clean up the other picks on that point.
One thing we saw in the first big team fight, even though St. Rose did drop the fight, if you're able to take out Dismal early, that really opens up the rest of DePaul. You saw the first one, they were able to get down to, I think it was a 2v4, and they were able to come back as DePaul came back from spawn. But at the second one, first target, Dismal right away taken out, and St. Rose just ran the table from there.
I can't give up the attacks right now. Never mind the analysis. As we see, Prime's Death Blossom coming out, able to get 2 picks off of it before opting to retreat rather than popping his own. You see Disco, Golden Knights back in us.
As soon as I switch to you, it was worth a shot. 4 ultimates online for DePaul, 4 ultimates online for the Golden Knights. This is going to be fun. Make that 5.
For you. It's going to come down to the resource management. It's going to come down to the cost. And it's going to come down to the positioning on both teams. They're going to play around with it by lifting up DePaul into the air, forcing Big Kick to force his Coalescence out to keep his team popped off.
Meteor's tried to get behind. Oh, stunned by Dismal though. Taken out of the play before the play could even begin. Dismal now with Meteor Strike, able to build that up again very quickly. I think that's his 3rd or 4th of the match. Strunchy's taken out for the Golden Knights. Jafar as well. Pit takes out Fitris. St. Rose will regroup.
Very handy for this upcoming team fight. With a minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. The Golden Knights have time for perhaps 1 or 2 more team fights. So there'll be another war of attrition. With proper resource allocation, we could see a turnaround and a final push to that first point. Jafar being copped off at one of his supports on high ground. The entire team running for a high ground position, the little sneaks. Let's see how this pays off for them.
All it takes is one good ultimate. Jafar with Death Blossom has to stay alive, able to wraith out of the Gravitic Flux, still holding on Death Blossom, but is taken down by Dismal. Dismal again just cleaning up at the end, a team kill there for DePaul.
Very well played by DePaul getting that team kill. However, it will cost them their ultimate charges, and the DePaul team might not have any ultimates on the next team fight. Again, DePaul has done a really good job of holding on to their cues when it gets tough, not giving into the pressure for a panic. Jafar holding on to his Death Blossom, waiting for the perfect time to use it, gonna go for some high ground.
Supercharger.
Stunned out of it, he's able to cancel the supercharger on the ball side.
Fitris goes with the Sound Barrier, trying to save this fight. No pits for Prime or Jafar from their Death Blossoms. Don't see that very often. Echo takes out Jafar. Gravitic Flux is up. Oh, a move just misses Prime. Now Dismal with the Meteor Strike. It's a fight on point as it's a contest. Pits goes with Coalescence here. Echo Loco trying to put some pressure on. Dismal takes out Moop again. Dismal trying to make the St. Rose team fall off the point. Still contested though. You see Dirk goes with Coalescence. They're back on point. St. Rose hanging on. Oh, a halt. Oh, the halt just came a little too early. Could have grouped that together with Dismal's Meteor Strike. Not able to do it as Moop has a Meteor Strike of his own. Looking to get in the back lines. Holds them together like I was saying. Sometimes I'm right. Echo coming back with Gravitic Flux. St. Rose still moving the payload though.
However, it created a much needed space for the Golden Knights to push past that choke, pushing the ball team back towards the second point of this map. Coming back with Death Blossom was almost see if he's able to pop it off before the Golden Knights are able to get this overtime clock out of their faces. It's worth the job staying. He's putting the Sound Barrier.
That was one of the quickest Sound Barrier buildups I've ever seen, as Prime gets 3 with the help of Dismal and takes out the Supercharger and the owner of the Supercharger. Jafar and Dirk go down, team kill. DePaul holds on for round 1.
Very well played by both teams. The positioning of Prime was fantastic. That final shutdown and team kill, magnificent.
Initiating match.
Josh, what did you find worked best for the DePaul team for that fight?
Again, I think it all, you know, as this meta goes, it all comes back to Dismal on that Doomfist. Take him out early. You've got a real shot at taking the fight easily, but Dismal was just causing havoc on the backlines, able to get a few pits. We saw a lot of Doomfist v Doomfist there, and just because of that, just able to apply enough pressure to force them off the point. Even with the Meteor Strike not coupled with the halt, still able to do some damage, make them fall off the point, and then the eventual team kill after they get around that next corner.
It's just like the main tenet of real estate: positioning, positioning, positioning. And your wishes come true as we see
I don't know.
The DePaul team. And we'll see a bit of a switch up for the Golden Knights as well. Opting for 2 burst damage and Alhamza. Let's see how this plays out.
Dismal, don't break my heart. Please.
This will shape up to be a very interesting match. Both teams still opting for a double shield competition, of course. However, with Fikaros on Mercy, we could see the bread and butter farm Mercy come in. Jafar, some solid positioning, provides some very terrific picks.
Come on, Dismal. Oh, thank you.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Symmetra teleported up to the top floor of that building, trying to get around the staircase. We're going to have dueling Prime and Moop here. This is always fun to watch. A direct hit landed by Moop on Prime. Healed back up by Loco, of course. But Moop able to land it. Oh!
Sigma just trying to create some pressure to the shoot, however, Bashful just worked right through that. His last stand of the point. Some great leveraging to position himself behind the building for cover.
Does have Rocket Bra. Oh! Oh, and Prime gets him back.
Able to get one pig off of that ultimate. However, won't be enough to stand on the point. However, before doing a fantastic job of testing his presence, coming back.
Able to hold it off. I don't think they've gotten the second pin yet. It's really close. They have not. We have dueling amplification matrices here. Or matrices, I suppose. Jafar with the Hanzo play and the ultimate here. Loco goes with their ultimate. Prime holding on to theirs. Still haven't secured the objective. It's very close at this point. And it will go to DePaul. The escort has begun.
Escort the payload.
DePaul doing a fantastic job just forcing the resources out of the Golden Knights, pushing them away from the point, positioning by both Prime and Moop, frankly, has just been fantastic. However, Paul was able to emphasis on the resources and total organization to make it so that they got all those picks. And they're making a pretty relatively uncontested push in the payload so far. Oakland's options let the ball come to them rather than Pope potentially instead. Dropping this magnificent work here, putting some pressure on those shields up, putting some pressure on their own, forcing out the ultimate by safe.
Jafar takes out Dismal off of point. Moop rains down justice, but Prime gets a bad. Now another rocket barrage from behind this time, able to pick off 4 with just the barrage. And Loco pits Dismal back up. Cart will move as a team kill for DePaul.
One good cue deserves another. Dismal being shut down by Jafar just wasn't enough. The whole team was able just to really push out that incredible first damage by the rocket.
This is going to be close. Not able to get back to point in time. DePaul is going to take Kings Row.
Very well played by both teams. Alrighty, we'll be right back.
Play of the game.
Alrighty, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tonight we'll have another Tespa match with the St. Rose Golden Knights at around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for now, we'll be cutting the stream, but we'll be back later tonight for some more sublime esports excellence. We'll see you then. Until then, have a wonderful day.